Hey all you cool cats and kittens, it's Carole at Big Cat Rescue, and I'm coming up on Jasmine Tiger. Let me know how this sound is. I have a different mask on today, and I'm not sure about the placement of the microphone. Here's the pretty. Oh, you're going to put your head behind the pole. Of course you are. All right. I'll find a better angle on you then. There she is. She's so beautiful. That's what I feel like doing. Oh my goodness. All I want to do today, it seems like, is yawn. I'll be curious as to whether or not the sound is clear, and also if you guys are getting a lot more wind noise. I had been wearing it on the inside of the handmade mask that I had. Lauren says she can hear fine. That's good. It sounds so muffled to me. Excuse me. Hey, Shandi. Deb. Hello, Haley and Jamie from Mississippi. Hey, Camille and Linda. We're just chilling out by the pool with Jasmine Tiger. Jasmine Tiger came with 3 other cats, 2 other tigers, and a leopard from a facility in Ohio. Thanks, Deb. Hey, Rosa. Lisa. And it was nearly 4 years before we had custody of her. So sometimes what Big Cat Rescue does, if you're new, is we will work with law enforcement when people are in violation of the law. Then law enforcement sometimes will have to go in and seize the animals, but they don't have the facilities to give the cats a nice home, excuse me, during the litigation. And the owners will purposely drag out litigation for as long as they possibly can, because it's a fundraising opportunity for them to get people to say, oh my gosh, me and my poor cats, I'm never going to see them again unless you send me money. So they drag it out for as long as they possibly can. And in their case, in Jasmine's case, it was nearly 4 years. But we finally got ownership of her, as much as anybody can own a tiger. Yes, Fab4, bigcatrescue.org/Fab4. Talks about their rescue. Hey, Tammy and Laurie. All right, well, you're giving us the tiger shoulder, huh? Yeah. Today has been such an interesting day. After Tiger King aired, there was just so much negativity, and thankfully the mainstream media got it. And now I think most of the people on social media have realized that they were misled. And so the feedback now has just been lovely. Everybody has been so wonderful, and I really appreciate that. There's been a number of organizations that have asked us to do licensing agreements with them. And so I saw Judy Simon bought 2 Tiger King trading cards, and I didn't know people even did trading cards except for like sports, like baseball cards and maybe football cards. But apparently they have all kinds of cards. So there's this company called Leaf, L-E-A-F, and maybe somebody here has the link to it, but they are doing some trading cards. And then the way those trading cards work is, I think they're like $8 a piece. And when you buy them, you never know whether or not you're going to get one that has an authentic, real signature. So I have to sign a whole bunch of cards because they're expecting a whole bunch of sales. And so some of them will just have my printed on the card signature, and others will have my real handwritten signature on them. And so Judy bought 2, wishing you luck, Judy, that they're one of the originals. I don't have any control over who gets the originals. I know, Noir, isn't that weird? A trading card. And they didn't even ask us for a picture. I don't know where they got the picture that they are using, but it turned out to be a really cute one of Howie and I at the fur ball a few years ago. And we were wearing that outfit that you might have seen in Tiger King, where it's like a long tunic kind of thing with the cat heads, the plastic cat heads on our heads. So it was an adorable picture, but one that didn't belong to me. I don't know where they got it. Somebody must have taken that picture at the fur ball. Hey, Alicia, Nicole. This is Kali Tiger, thinking you're talking. I was sleeping here, lady. Well, thank you. Who was that? Jessica? Thank you. And thank you, Kate and Abigail. Does somebody here know how old Kali is? I'm going to guess about 19. If you go to bigcatrescue.org/Kali, Kali. Tracy, if you go online, it's Leaf Trading Cards, Leaf. I guess search their site for Baskin. Maybe you'll find it that way. Or if Judy Simon's in the chat here, maybe she can post the link where she found it. There's been another company that did Hey All You Cool Cats and Kittens on shirts, and so it's on the Binge Network, which is on Roku. We have a channel on Roku, but we also belong to the Binge Network. And apparently, in addition to being on Roku, they're on like Hulu and a whole bunch of other places. And so they said they thought that they could make a go of it and a whole bunch of money for the cats. So I said, sure, that would be great. So we got a contract with them, and they're already marketing theirs. It's a cute design. I just love it. What's wrong with your pool over here? Oh no, we got a broken pool. See, this is what happens. This is why you can't have nice things. The cats love these big balls, but the balls weigh like 90 pounds. And they like to put them in their pools, and when they do, they go crashing around, and apparently broke this one. So, Kali has 3 pools, and Simba, her neighbor, has 3 pools, so she won't miss that one, but it's going to be expensive to fix. And I see Simba Tiger. Simba Tiger was recently neutered. Oh, he's so sleepy. Just enjoying that beautiful breeze. Such pretty weather. And then I'll turn this around. This mask is by a company called Tread 365, Tread 365. And they sent it to me as a gift. And so I contacted them and I said, hey, how would you like to make some masks for us? And so they're going to make a whole line of them that say, hey, cool cats and kittens. Or hey, you cool cats and kittens. I'm not sure if they have the whole line in there. It's a lot of text put on your face. It'll come in black and in spots. And it has a cute little cat face, just the nose and whiskers, because your eyes are the cat's eyes. And they've sent me their finals on those, and they were just absolutely adorable. I'm so tickled with those. And then there's a couple of other things I don't know if I can talk about yet. Howie's been working on the legal end of the licensing agreements with some of the other stuff. And it's not available that you could actually find it anywhere yet. So I'll let you know if those come about. But some of them could be really lucrative for the cats, which is great. This is Tiger Lake. I was on a Zoom call today, and I use a photograph that we have from Tiger Lake as my backdrop. And the guys were like, man, that's the prettiest Zoom background I've ever seen. So I was proud to say that's our sanctuary in the background. Hey, Simba, I don't want to scare you. I do not want to scare that tiger. Oh, can you guys hear him next door? Was that you, Kimba? Were you roaring? Yeah, you were roaring. You need to get back here with a weed whacker. This is getting a little deep. each of the cats has pools like this. And like I said, Simba's got 3 of these cages and Kali's got 3 of them. So they've each got 3 pools and 3 dens. And the water recirculates out of the 18-acre lake. So it stays nice and fresh for them. Yeah, that lake is beautiful. Oh, I scared a bird. Sorry, bird. Jamie Max is back to 100%, I think. It's just sleepy time right now because it's so warm. $86 degrees. Who's checking for ticks? We treat our cats every month for fleas and ticks. So thankfully our cats... Who locked this fence? Thankfully our cats don't suffer from fleas and ticks. I'm going to be quiet and we can see Tom Tom sleeping. I didn't want to wake her up and scare her. Linda, those are not real swans. Those are plastic buoys that hold up the pumps so that they don't drop to the bottom and suck a bunch of sand and crud into them. The pumps are for those ponds that we just saw. And Joe Atkin is in the house. Hey, Joanne. Where is Lovey Bobcat? Maybe, oh, there she is. Hi, Lovey. Oh, she's so pretty. Sitting there in the weeds. Are you in the weeds? Can we come see you? This is as close as I'm going to get, I promise. This is Lovey Bobcat. She's tucked in there by her den. I hardly saw her. Melissa, thank you for posting Tom Tom's link. You can find all of our cats at bigcatrescue.org/catbio. And that was another great conversation I had today. We have a wonderful firm, Local Directive, and they have managed our Google Ads grant for years. We've had a grant from Google for, those ads that you see whenever you're Googling anything. They give tons of those free to nonprofits, but to manage that is a lot of work because you have to come up with the ad copy and the page that it goes to, and you have to be paying attention to what's going on in the world so that you're relevant. And I haven't had time to do that since like 2005. So they have been wonderful about managing that for me all these years, and they do it for free. And so that gives us, I think it's like $15,000 a month in ad revenue that's free from Google. And then Local Directive manages all that for free. And they also help us with SEO on our website, and they have been amazing. And so we've had this ongoing program with them since September to really ramp up our page speed and our SEO so that people can find us when they're searching for anything having to do with big cats online. And they've just been great at it. So today they were saying, if you're not able to ever reopen again, then what we need to figure out is, what do we do with all these people who are at home and bored out of their minds? Yeah, you look bored, lovey. You're so sleepy. And because of Tiger King, people have been coming to our website, rather, even more than usual. We usually get about 3.5 million visitors a year to our website, and it's been way more than that in the last couple months. But people are coming there because they're bored. They want entertainment. They were entertained by Tiger King. They go searching our name, hoping to be even more entertained. And I don't think we're doing that. I think we have a lot of things that really are entertaining, and the cats are so captivating, but we haven't really positioned it well. So we had an hour-long, ooh, look at that beautiful butterfly. We had an hour-long conversation today. I think, Kelowna. And she's like, oh, spotted, I'm leaving. I don't want to scare her. Kelowna and Dryden are just not people friendly. They'd rather I just not come anywhere near them. So they were looking at our website and saying, how could we make this more like a television channel, where you come there and you could put in, like, my favorite cat is a tiger, and it brings you to a channel where you can, or a page where you can pick from all of the different tigers that we have. And when you go to that tiger's page, which we currently have that, Cat Bio is the page where all of our cats are listed. And then, can I just sneak around way over here? Would you let me do that from way, way over here? I'm going to shut up a minute. Pretty Kelowna. She's so pretty. Yeah. This is like spotting a unicorn. Well, hi. Yeah. That was very special. Hey, Nabisco! Nabisco! You were in such a great spot, I wouldn't have to lean over. Too old for this stuff. Have you not seen me yet? I don't want to scare you. Oh my God, it's a person with scary shoes. I know, these shoes are so scary. I hear you, Flint. Yeah, this is why people don't want bobcats as pets. They pee all over everything to market it's theirs. This goes reminded me, just in case I forgot, this is my spot. You stay on your side of that wire, lady. And then they go rub all in it. And then they rub on you. That is why you do not want them as pets. You can go in the other part of your cage. Woo, roo. Yeah, is that what you say? Is that what the Flint says? Mrs. Flint. Sweet Flint Bobcat. So that when you go to each cat's page, what it would have is, if that cat has a live webcam, like Nikita, that's the first thing you would see. And then kind of like the trading cards where you've got like the quick stats on the cat, like when they were born, when they were rescued, and then what it costs to feed them per year, how many pounds of food they eat each day, and tie that into people being able to adopt those cats and help take care of them. And then if they didn't have a live webcam, what we could do is make like a playlist from all of our YouTube videos. So like every video that Flint features in predominantly would be in his playlist, or every one that Kali or Jasmine is in. And then that's the first thing you see when you go to their page is that big hero banner, as they call it, that is a playlist of all the best stuff about them. Because typically what we find is people just love certain cats, and like Flint Bobcat might be their favorite cat in the whole world, and all they want to do is know about Flint. And they were talking about even tying it into how we divide up our mailing list, so that like anytime something happens with Flint, then everybody who is a sponsor of Flint gets an email saying Flint just went to the vet today and had a tooth worked on, or whatever that is. And so it might be more personal for the people to only hear about the cats that they particularly are crazy about. Yeah, he's being so cute, but I've got to be ready to jump backwards here. He comes launching at my face with all those claws. What was in that bag that's making you all loopy? Did you get catnip? Did you get some good weed? Yeah, that was some good drugs. He's just a purring. He's purring so loud. I know, I've also got this dangly cord hanging here, which is really tempting. Cassie, we do. I mean, we have tons and tons and tons of content, but I think when people go to our website, it's not really prominently displayed. So I think they had a great idea as to how to make that more prominent. And of course, the main thing I want people to go there and see the cats for is because you're killing me, Flint, is I want them to make the call of the wild to ask Congress to ban cub handling and to phase out private ownership, because they don't belong in cages in the first place. But we have to educate people as to why that's so important. And the first step is to getting them to know and love each one of the cats, so that they have a reason to want to make that scary call to Congress. How am I ever going to see any more cats if you're going to be so funny? You're going to be so funny. I know, Jessica, there's no way to just pick one. Who could pick just one? I see your fangs sticking out. I see them. Susan says, you broke the internet. I sure did. And Kathy is referring to the very famous Flint flop. Okay. You done being cute? Going in your house? Oop, gonna go run. Maybe go chase something. Belinda, thank you for posting that. You can make the call of the wild at bigcatact.com, and we make it super simple. When you do that, all you have to do is put in your address, and it will know who your legislators are, and it'll call your senators, and it actually calls the line for you. And of course, nobody's in their offices thanks to COVID-19, so you're just going to get an answering machine. It's not going to be scary. And we give you a little script, which is simply, please ask your boss to champion the Big Cat Public Safety Act. That's it. That's all you got to say. And those calls, made over 30,000 of them, so thank you, everybody. Those calls are what will end so much of the abuse. The vast, vast majority of the abuse. Speaking of calls, today I was very excited that USDA announced they will no longer auto-renew licensees. So in the past, what would happen is, if you wanted to have a tiger, you could fill out a one-page form, name, address, telephone number. Hey, Gilligan. Hi. This is Gilligan. He's a Canada Lynx. He has an air condition done, but this is his favorite spot. It's almost always right here. This is the cool spot, huh? Where you can watch everybody. Yeah, Belle's right. It takes 5 minutes or less. It really is not a big draw on your time. And some people call every week, and that really helps a lot. So, name, address, telephone number. You could get a USDA license, $35. And you could say it was going to be for your hamster. And when USDA comes out, you show them your hamster wheel, and they look at it and say, okay, good enough. You can exhibit your hamster. And the next day you can go out and get a tiger. And nobody will have been there to inspect your tiger cage. And then you can break the law for the next 20 years and have hundreds and hundreds of citations like the people in Tiger King do. And every year when the renewal comes up, you just continue to pay your fee, which is, it's based on the number of animals that you have, but I think their highest fee is only like $235 for like having 1,000 animals. So every year you just pay that fee and they renew your license even though you're not complying with the laws. And that is just stupid, but that's the way it's always been. And so since the 90s, we have been trying to get that changed. We have fought and fought and fought and fought. Finally, in 2007, I think, USDA agreed to take public comment about it and see what the public thought. And so we ask you, the public, to write in, and you did. 110,000 of you did. And of course they just sat on their hands since 2007, so for 3 years they've done nothing. But today they announced that they will no longer auto-renew. They're going to make it a 3-year period to make it easier on themselves. So you have to renew every 3 years, which means people could be abusing animals for 3 years straight, but at least it won't be 20 years straight like it was before. You have such big feet. I keep trying to zoom in and it gets blurry when I do it. Try again. Seems like if I go slow enough. Nope. It's just not going to do it. So there was a number of other parameters in there too, and they were all things that we've been fighting for all these years. And we had made a public petition to USDA back in 2012, and a lot of the things that we had asked for in that were finally in today's rule. And so the rule is that if you have citations and violations, you can't just auto-renew when your 3 years is up. You have to show that you have fixed everything that was broken or in violation before they will reissue the permit. So that's a huge, huge thing for the animals, because otherwise these people have absolutely no reason to ever correct any of the things that they're cited for. And then one of the other things was that if you are a criminal or if you have had animal violations against you, that you can't apply for a license for 3 years after the conviction, I think. And in some cases, never. And then you also can't go work under somebody else's license. So that's what a lot of these people do. Like Marcus Cook has been abusing cats forever. And when he finally had his license taken away, which I think was like in 2009, he just works under somebody else's license. And so he just calls himself by that other facility's name, even though it's still the same guy, same cat, same place. Still does all the same horrible things to the cats. And yet, because he's able to work under somebody else's license, that they've never been able to stop him. So that's really exciting news, that those things have finally been worked into law. Of course, now it's like, will they enforce it? They don't enforce the laws they currently have. So why am I so happy? I'm happy because I think a lot of people figured out how bad it is for animals and are going to not let them get away with it. Hello.
Easy one to find.
Do you need me to shut it down or can you talk?
What?
You want me to shut it down or can you talk?
No. Yeah, no, I was just everybody's leaving, so are you going through the Outback gate?
I am, and I have keys.
Great, so you...
Just leave it open, though, yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
I will do that.
Hello, 674 people. At least that's what it was when I found you.
7-Eleven now. They saw Afton, they're like, ah! Tell everybody it's Afton! Glad to see the mask.
Yeah, well, I had Aaron with me, and then I took it down because Aaron's not here.
Yeah, we have a new policy as of today. In food prep and on the golf carts, they have to wear the mask because they just can't get 6 feet away from each other. And they're breathing on the cat food. It's like our extended family here, but it's a little ridiculous.
Yeah. Yep.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. See you tomorrow. Hi, buddy. Oh, look at that tail.
She's such a delight. Well, I know she goes back and checks the comments, so she will be very happy to see all these people saying, hello, Afton. Afton is our videographer. If you subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/BigCatRescue, those are mostly Afton's videos. Lauren Buckingham does our 3D and 360 videos. Sometimes those are posted on our main site. Usually those are on our 360 site for people to see in their headsets. And then I think I may have told you guys a few days ago, I was so excited that our anti-poaching tiger game has been submitted to the Oculus store, but it failed. So they had to resubmit it. It failed because it was so fabulous looking that it was too big and they wanted it to load faster, so they had to scale it back a little bit. And that will be available on the Oculus Rift for free. And then they'll have to scale it back a whole lot more, and it can be on the Oculus Go for free. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts talking about how education is changing forever, and kids are going to have to be doing a whole lot more homeschooling and virtual learning. And so this turns out to be really good timing for that, because we offered it for free, hoping that teachers will use this in the classrooms or in their virtual classrooms to teach kids about tigers and what we can do to protect them in the wild. And so that's why we wanted, even though we spent over $40,000 creating the game, we wanted to give it away because we feel like it's such an important message to have everybody working to save the tiger. And then some of those licensing deals that we were talking about that I can't talk about, the ones that I can't talk about, those also have some elements of that where there's a message, an embedded educational message about saving tigers. So I'm really excited about getting those to market as well. Yes, Liz is right. That was Smalls. I forgot to say that was Smalls. Melissa, thank you for posting her bio. And so did Deb. She is beautiful. She's just got the cutest little face. I see way up there in the background is Perfection. The ocelot is sleeping. And I'm guessing the kitten cabana is empty because the interns just headed out the back gate. So they would have had their little carrier full of kittens. I'm glad that we've been able to continue the foster kitten program. We foster kittens for the Humane Society of Tampa Bay. And one of the calls that I was on today was a lady telling me that people are adopting pets like never before. So that is wonderful news. I guess people are sitting at home and thinking, well, now's a good time to paper train or litter box train a new baby. So I'm glad that those cats and dogs are finding loving homes. Hello, Miss Duchess. Duchess came with Jasmine Tiger. Yeah, were you sleeping? You look like you were sleeping. So Jasmine and Priya would have on their new bio pages, they would have their live webcam right there at the top, which would be so cool. saw a question about cabana, and now I don't see it. The cabana can't, Jessica, no. So what I was thinking, I thought we were not going to be able to do the kitten cabana and the foster kitten program because I was afraid that with COVID-19 we would be so strapped for interns and for volunteers that we wouldn't be able to continue to foster them, because a lot of times those guys have to be fed like every few hours around the clock. And there's another one of our fake swans. But the numbers of volunteers has stayed consistent for us to be able to continue to offer that service to the Humane Society of Tampa Bay. So what I did was, you guys could help me out with this, spent $6,000 on putting a new webcam in Funcation, and that $6,000 includes the camera and the electrical work and the internet work and the I don't know what they call them. We've got them all over the place here that like strengthens the internet signal. So all of that work is being done currently for Funcation. And we chose Funcation because it's 22,000 square feet, and every month there's a different cat in there. So I don't know how we'll work that out on the cat's bio pages unless we can make it dynamic so that we change it quite frequently. But we could have just a page called Funcation, which I think we already do, and you would be able to see that live stream there. Those live streams, Explore said they would be willing to have people man the cameras if I just paid for the cost of bringing it in or buying it and installing it. So that was very nice of them, because they have people 24/7 that watch all those cameras and follow the cats around. So many of those videos that you see from us called Caught on Explore are because of those amazing camera operators who not only are watching and guiding the cameras, but they're also frequently capturing the best moments and then sending those to us so that we can share them with you. So we really get some interesting insight into our cats. In fact, we have a bobcat in rehab right now, Romeo. And so Christine has sent me tons of videos of him climbing and chasing and stalking and trotting. He's doing a lot of trotting now. And so what we need to see next is, can he flat out run? And I want to make sure that he can catch stuff in the wild. I mean, he's able to catch in a cage, but we need to make sure he can actually catch something that could get away from him. And so that's next on her list of behaviors to capture for us. And she posts a bobcat report every day on our Facebook page. Hi! Oh, Max Tiger. Sweet Max Tiger. I think you got a little chunky while you were in... Were you the one that was in the cat hospital? I'm losing track. Don't remember if it was Max or Simba now that got neutered. You guys probably know better than I do. Well, I am going to leave it here. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us tonight. For those who are subscribers on Facebook, thank you very much. If you're not a subscriber, it costs $1 per month, and it helps us know how much money will be coming in when people pledge ahead of time to say, yes, Facebook can hit my account every month for $1 for Big Cat Rescue. And it also gets you a lot of extra content. So our keepers, when they're out taking care of the cats, will often find the cats doing something unique and different. And that is shared only with the subscribers to give them something extra for giving us that little bit of peace of mind. So thank you very much for everybody who is a subscriber. And if you don't know how to be one, just go to facebook.com/bigcatrescue, and there's a big blue button up at the top. Dawn said it was Max that was fixed. Thank you. Laura says Max. They're setting me straight here, Max. Yeah. Setting me straight. Love you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day or evening.